You ever get that feeling? Like you've got more options, more choices than any generation in history, but you're actually less sure of what to do? It's a weird feeling, right? We're swimming in comfort, we've got all this amazing technology, endless opportunities, and yet for so many of us, something just feels off. That's the exact contradiction we're going to decode right now.
I mean, think about it. With all this progress, you'd think we'd be more fulfilled, more directed, and more content than ever. But that's not what's happening. For so many people, the exact opposite is true. We're facing this strange epidemic of feeling lost, confused, and anxious. So, the big question we have to ask is, why? What is going on here? And this, right here, gets to the very heart of the paradox. In the past, yeah, life was harder, but the path was often clearer because the options were just fewer. Now, we have an abundance of everything, except it seems clarity. It's like we've traded the constraints of the outside world for total chaos on the inside. And believe me, it is taking a very real toll.
So to really understand this, we need to unpack the psychological and social forces that are at play. Let's get into the diagnosis of what's really going on behind this feeling of modern emptiness.
Okay, a huge piece of the puzzle is this idea called the paradox of choice, from psychologist Barry Schwartz. Just think about it for a second. You're not just choosing a career anymore, you're staring down like 100 potential paths. This constant pressure to optimize every single choice, to find the absolute best one, it creates this low-grade hum of anxiety that never shuts off. It leads to what they call decision paralysis, where we get so terrified of making the wrong choice that we end up making no choice at all.
And this isn't just a vague feeling. The data shows the real-world impact of all this pressure. I mean, just look at these numbers. You've got 60% of young adults dealing with frequent financial anxiety. More than half, 52%, feel totally burned out. And a staggering 70% say their mental health is just fair or poor. This isn't just in our heads, it is a measurable crisis. Now you layer on top of that what social media has done. It's created this incredibly powerful psychological trap called the inadequacy illusion. You know the feeling. It's that constant sinking sense that everyone else is figuring it out, they're all moving ahead, and you're somehow, someway falling behind. It is an illusion, but man, does it feel real. And here's why that illusion is so powerful. We are literally comparing our own behind-the-scenes footage, all the messy, confusing parts, to everyone else's highlight reel. What we're not seeing online is the reality offline, the struggle, the debt, the failures. Life becomes this performance. And yeah, the applause feels good for a second, but that emptiness backstage, it's profound. So here's the most important point. If you feel lost, it is not because you're weak. It is not because you failed. You feel lost because the modern world has created this perfect storm of too many choices, too much comparison, too much pressure, and way too little real, genuine connection. This isn't some personal failure on your part. It's a generational condition. Okay, so that was the diagnosis. But look, understanding the problem is only the first step. Now, let's actually talk about the solution. We're going to walk through a really practical framework designed to help you build some clarity and actually find your way forward.
The single most important mindset shift you can possibly make is this one right here. We've all been sold this idea that purpose is something you just stumble upon. Like you're walking through the woods and bam, there it is. But the truth is, purpose is something you build, day by day, choice by choice. It's a construction project, not a scavenger hunt.
So where do we even start? Well, step one is to just reduce the noise. You can't hear your own thoughts if you're constantly being blasted by everyone else's. This is about curating your social media, making it inspiring instead of draining. Then, step two, replace comparison with self-measurement. The goal isn't to be better than someone else, it's to be better than you were yesterday. Just ask, what did I improve today? And third, create a purpose map. Now, this isn't about finding some grand, lifelong passion. It's way simpler. Just ask, what energizes me? What feels meaningful? And what am I willing to actually work for right now? The answers become your compass.
All right, moving on. Step 4 is to build real connections. The antidote to that inadequacy illusion we talked about is being vulnerable with people you actually trust. Step 5, choose consistency over perfection. So often we're waiting for some big bolt of lightning, some moment of inspiration. But clarity doesn't work that way. It's built through small, daily actions. As they say, clarity comes from engagement, not just thought. And finally, step 6 is a big one. Strengthen your mental hygiene. This is non-negotiable. Sleep, hydration, moving your body, this is the foundation. You can't build a meaningful life on a totally depleted mind and body.
And the last piece of this puzzle, it's maybe the simplest but also the most challenging in our world today. Slow down. I'm talking about just 10 minutes a day. No phone, no distractions. And look, it's not about being bored. It's about giving your brain the space it desperately needs to process everything. We've kind of come to fear silence, but it's not empty. It's where the answers finally get a chance to be heard.
Okay, we've diagnosed the problem, and we've walked through a framework for building clarity. So now, let's bring this all home and talk about what this means for you, right here, right now. If you take only one thing away from all of this, please let it be this. Feeling lost is not a sign that your life is broken. It is a sign that your life is changing. That discomfort you feel, that's not failure. That is the feeling of being on the very edge of growth.
So listen, you have not failed. You are simply evolving. You don't need to have it all figured out today. You don't need some perfect 10-year plan. All you need is to decide on your very next, small, manageable step. So, I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's yours?